Many of Tim Cantor's paintings have stories that would literally be too complex to translate directly from the painted image alone. He affirms that it often becomes very difficult to convey his meanings through the subject matter that he is inspired to paint. Frequently, he concludes that he has put so much thought into how exactly he is going to depict a story that he fears that the correlations between the subjects become clear only to himself. In essence, his art needs to be explained. This is one of the primary reasons that he writes stories and poems about much of his work. With that said, he preserves his writings as an extension of his art, and like the imagery within his paintings, he is careful not to be too literal with the words that he has written. This often leaves him with a narrow stretch of satisfaction that is his enduring challenge. Perhaps this is why his art is in constant evolution. As he relates feelings to specific elements that only connect to each other within his own mind, it becomes further distorted as the correlated meanings that he attaches to one subject often change with each composition. For example, Tim Cantor has painted black birds into multiple works. In each work, the bird embodies something unique to that arrangement. In the painting Ghosts of Crows, the bird embodies affectionate yet unexpected memories of those who have touched his life and are no longer living. While in the painting The Instrumentalist, the raven is a symbol for his own death in a previous life that he wrote about in a touching fictional poem. This again is one of the great lures to Tim Cantor's art. Each painting stands on its own, carries its own relevance, and tells a different story. This leads us to one of Tim Cantor's more complex compositions, titled 3 Wishes, that takes the viewer through a multifaceted path that layers his subject matter in a way that describes 3 distinct narratives. The 3 wishes that Tim offers can be found within 8 words that he has painted in a Renaissance contoured script in the top right corner of the image. The verse reads, "Love oddity, love internally, love for all eternity." These mysterious words sum up the entirety of this painting and wittingly give the artist's personal and profound answer to the primordial question, given 3 wishes, what would they be? Tim Cantor's painted answer to his first wish of 3 correlates with love oddity, and simply put, is a wish for those widely held as strange, to live and feel the same comfort as all others. An excerpt from Tim Cantor's written poem for this piece reads, "My first wish is to be friends with the wickedly snubbed, so those that seem strange and fall viciously dubbed can live in a world knowing they too can be loved." Considering the work of art, it is undisclosed whether the viciously dubbed refer to human beings or literally to his painted imagery. Nonetheless, the oddities are represented by a goat to far right of the composition, a bat that flies near the top centre, and a leaping sphinx cat below. 3 creatures that the artist has been drawn to both emotionally and artistically since his childhood, but tend to inadvertently, perhaps even biologically, ward off the affections of the majority of the population. The young girl who sits as the central figure in the composition is painted and masked, which coincides with the second wish, love internally. A quote from Tim's poem relating to this decree reads, "The next wish is that we could all be masked at first, so the features of blood could not be judged by birth." Tim continues to convey a wish for all things to create their own self-worth, with no negative or positive influences based on genetics or lineage. Admittedly, he acknowledges this to be in direct contrast to the first wish. However, for Tim, and his complex painting, the second wish is based on the condition that the first wish has already come true, and appearance plays no role any longer. As for his third wish, love for all eternity, Tim writes, "I want us to be breathing when 100 years have surpassed. Yet my true wish is to be watched by the lives that have passed, and to know that when dead we continue to last. This is the wish I most wish that could be. Undying love is my wish number 3. For his final and most emotive desire, Tim has cunningly painted a skeleton peering out of the scaffold of a tattered window. The skeleton acts as the lives of ancestors who have died and are looking back upon us. Yet Tim paints this impression not solely for that hope alone. This wish is essentially for love to continue without end. In Tim's distinctive way of thinking, the skeleton represents proof that death is not the end. The appearance that the bones of the loved ones who have passed on are looking back through this window, back upon us, gives him reassurance that his love for his family, his friends, for his wife Amy, will continue beyond natural life, continue beyond death. All of the subjects within 3 wishes have deep, intricate meanings outside the capability of any one person to decipher, other than the artist himself. However, once the elaborate painting has been clarified, and all of the imagery accounted for, perhaps connected to Tim Cantor's poetic words, the overall story becomes clear, more poignant, and reveals the brilliant course in which imagery and significance merge together in his mind and tell his deepest tales.